Are springtails harmful to plants? Let's talk about that. Hey guys, it's Joe here, coming at you with another quick video. In this video we're going to talk about, are springtails harmful to plants? So if you don't know what a springtail is, it's basically like this tiny little white grayish looking insect that you might see crawling around in the soil. Oftentimes you'll see them in the outdoor plants. If you're trying to grow a plant outdoors, you might see it crawling around under your pot or inside of your pot in the soil. If you're seeing those guys and you're kind of surprised you didn't really put them there, they just started to show up, you might be wondering if those white springtails are actually harming your plant. Maybe they're some kind of pest or something. So I'm going to answer that right away and just tell you that they're probably not going to harm your plants. For the most part, they're going to be harmless. They're totally harmless. They're a completely natural part of plant ecosystem. So what springtails are, they're essentially little insects that go around feeding on mold and decaying plant matter and decaying organic material. And that's basically all the stuff that you don't want to see around your plants. So really springtails are actually going to be very beneficial to your plant health by keeping away that mold growth. In fact, if you're trying to grow plants in a terrarium, a lot of terrarium growers will want to actually put springtails into their terrarium so that they'll help out with mold growth and also cleaning up any decaying organic material. So now that you've kind of heard about the magical powers of springtails, maybe you're looking to get some springtails of your own. So there's a few different ways you can get springtails. One is you can buy your own culture online. Usually it's just a few bucks. They come in a little small container. Usually it has some food in it, so maybe a little bit of water. Essentially, that's a little culture of springtails where you can grow your own springtail population and add it to your plants. And it's also a good way to start your own springtail culture from that starter kit, so you won't actually have to go out and buy springtails every time. All you have to do is just leave the little springtails left over and transfer them over to a different container. And in that new container, you can give them some food, give them some water, and they'll eventually repopulate themselves into a new culture. Springtail culture. The other way you can get springtails is just making your own trap and going outside and getting your own. So basically, if you want to make a trap, you just get a cup, maybe like a plastic cup or something, a moist paper towel, and a mushroom. You just put those things into the cup and just leave it outside. Maybe throw some dirt in there or some leaf litter and just leave it there for a few days. And by the time you come back, you'll probably see some springtails in there. Springtails are actually pretty common. They're actually considered pests in a lot of homes. A lot of people see them in their houses when there's some moisture, and then springtails just kind of make their way in there, attracted to the moisture. So there's actually one situation where springtails can harm your plants, and that's if there's an overpopulation of springtails. So if your plant is being swarmed with springtails, you see a whole bunch of springtails, it's really wet and soaked, that's probably a sign of your plant being overwatered more than anything. So what happens when there's an overpopulation of springtails is that your springtails will start running out of food and will end up sometimes gnawing on your plant roots. And just because there's not enough food to go around, and so they have to kind of do something they normally wouldn't do. So if your plant is being overwatered, there's a chance that a whole bunch of springtails who are like struggling to survive, living in a really cutthroat environment, maybe they might start feeding on your plants a little bit. But for the most part, if you're watering your plants appropriately, you shouldn't run into any problems with springtails harming your plants. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully that answered your question. So long story short, do springtails harm your plants? No, they don't. Unless your plant is being overwatered and you're having a swarm of springtails in your plant. But that's it for this video. Remember to rate the video, comment, and subscribe if you want to see videos like this one. Okay, bye. Hey, by the way, I forgot to mention something. If you guys really want to learn more about this, I do have a blog post about this on my site, hermitgarden.com. If you do Google search Hermit Garden, are springtails harmful to plants, you'll come across the article here. And there's a lot of good info in there for you, so make sure to check that one out.